the longest time, it was pretty common knowledge that Mario Kart Wii was the best in the entire franchise of Mario Kart, from both a sales perspective and a you ever played it perspective. It would innovate the entire franchise, having the largest character roster, the best new track selection, the most expansive items, new mechanics, an incredible online mode, and one of the biggest and best modding communities to ever exist for any Nintendo game, period. Mario Kart Wii is, for lack of a better term, the GOAT. Since its release in 2008, a lot has happened with the game. New game-breaking discoveries, world records, controversies, nostalgia, Wario, it's got it all. That's why, my cheeky little good boys, I went back and played through all of Mario Kart Wii and wrote down every single damn thing that I thought was even remotely interesting, along with all of just my general knowledge from growing up with the game, as well as just a gang of new discoveries found on YouTube and Reddit to construct this big-ass list. So sit back and relax, get your Wii wheel and some laxatives as I walk you through the Mario Kart Wii Iceberg chart. Item balancing. Mario Kart Wii specifically is pretty infamous for its insane item balancing, and one of the many reasons that some would even consider it to be the hardest game in the series. That is, if the game must actually be playable to count. With races that lead to multiple pre-nerfed blue shells happening many times a race, constant POW blocks and shocks occurring, the Thundercloud just as a concept, and even the basic red and green shells moving at like double the speed, with the former sometimes being able to go backwards to hit you. This would somewhat lead to the joke in the meme of Get Mario Karted and even spawn this infamous video. Custom Track Grand Prix. This may be one of the biggest and most impressive mods of any video game ever made. Custom Track Grand Prix, or CTGP, is a mod created by Mr. Bean 35000 VR and Chatters that gives the player dozens and dozens of new fan-made cups to race in, with over 200 new tracks being put into the mod. The mod was released in 2010 and still has updates to this day, removing any bad courses and replacing them with new, better ones. If you own a standard Wii, CTGP is pretty much required. Wii'Fi. When Nintendo shut down their official Wi-Fi servers in 2014, fans took it upon themselves to create their own internet service that allowed players to continue to play Mario Kart Wii online. This was known as Wii'Fi, a third-party Wi-Fi network that allows players to play online matches of Mario Kart Wii. The network was so successful that it even became compatible with other games like Super Smash Bros. Brawl, aside from just Mario Kart. The Fake Item Box nerf. The Fake Item Box is an item in Mario Kart that hasn't been featured in any new game for a really long time, since Mario Kart Wii. But personally, I feel like the reason why is just because Nintendo continuously made the item worse and worse until it became nerfed to such a degree that they just decided to remove it. Introduced in Mario Kart 64, the Fake Item Box is a hazard item similar to like a banana that you place on the track and trick people into thinking it's real and crashing into it. In 64 and DS, these boxes were brutal and were extremely hard to tell the difference, especially in 64. But in games like Double Dash and especially Wii, they made the Fake Item Box so outlandishly easy to spot that it pretty much just became a second banana. Its bright red color made it almost pathetic in the idea of it tricking players, and it was ridiculed so heavily for its uselessness that it hasn't made another appearance since Wii. Thundercloud. The Thundercloud is the most infamous item probably in the entire series, as it is the only item that is designed to hurt the player. The item introduces a hot potato game into the race where getting a Thundercloud pretty much doubles your speed, and after a short amount of time will give you a lightning strike if you do not pass it on to someone else. A really neat idea for an item, but in execution it just comes off as a huge annoyance, even with the little buzzer noise that plays whenever you get it. The backlash that this item received essentially killed its chances of appearing in any future Mario Kart games in the series. However, it did actually make make an appearance in every single Mario Kart arcade game. Funky Kong Flame Runner. This vehicle combination of Funky Kong on the Flame Runner bike is said to be the best vehicle combination in the game. And looking at its stats, it is, as it excels in every single field except for acceleration, which players have found a workaround for by performing a little trick where when stopped, holding down both the gas and the brake at the same time will cause the bike to gain a little boost when you let go, negating the literal only flaw that this combination has. This is why whenever you play an online lobby of Mario Kart Wii, practically every single player is using this one combination. Daisy and the Mach Bike. Very similar to the Funky Kong Flame Runner just being the best vehicle combination in the game, Daisy on the Mach Bike is easily the second best option, with incredible stats all across the board, and is the only other combination you'll see in an online race if someone isn't playing as the Funky Kong Flame Runner. Mario Galaxy Save File. Mario Kart Wii has one of the most fun and standout ways to unlocking one of the characters. The character Rosalina can be unlocked in the game by obtaining a 1-star rank on all 150cc mirror cups. A pretty decently hard challenge, or simply have a Mario Galaxy save file on your Wii and just play 50 races. This is one of the most interesting unlocking schemes for any character in the entire series. DK Summit Fog. When first playing the track DK Summit, you may notice a large amount of fog that is present during the first lap, but by the end of the third, it's clear as day. Some people notice this, but never truly notice it. But the fog on DK Summit slowly fades as you play the course. Daisy Cruiser Cameo. This is a simple one that almost everyone knows about, but in the stage Daisy Circuit in the water, you can actually spot Daisy Cruiser, a different racetrack from a different game, Double Dash, present in this one. Same character glitch. In Mario Kart Wii, you are not allowed to play as the same character. You may as well insult God to his face. But there is a glitch that you can pull off that leads to some charming results. If both players choose a specific character and then back out each time, you can then play as the same character. Your characters will become glitched in the menus and the races as well as the award ceremony, where just this can happen. Ultra Shortcut. Ultra Shortcuts are a specific kind of shortcut that actually break the game in both their creativity and their productiveness of them in general. Major track cuts, glitching, and checkpoint manipulation are used to completely piss in the mouth of every casual player who even so much as to pick up the fucking controller. Ultra shortcuts are pretty much like a respected art form. Mr. Bean 35,000 VR. As we mentioned earlier, this is the name of the creator of CTGP, as well as just being one of the largest figures in the entire Mario Kart Wii community. His content consists of breaking down the game and showing off its removed content, Twitch stream highlights, as well as the occasional how-to guide. TWD98. TWD98 is who those in the community refer to as the man. One of the biggest Mario Kart Wii players, showing off challenges and overall modding videos about the game. As well as him holding a double-digit amount of world records, can't forget that. Losing screen. If you somehow manage to end a Grand Prix in exactly 4th place, this sad-ass screen of your character at the edge of a cliff looking over at the award ceremony in the distance can play. The scene itself is just really depressing, almost to a funny degree, and also maybe technically rare since you have to get exactly 4th place to see it. Some have theorized that this scene is meant to imply your character contemplating suicide, but the idea of Toad having genuine existential thoughts due to him getting 4th on fucking Shy Guy Beach is just too funny to ignore. Original logo. The original logo for Mario Kart Wii was originally going to look like this, a very obvious evolution of the Mario Kart DS logo. But this was only used in the game's beta unfinished version and would be changed to the blue circle that we know of today. Exclamation question mark. I talked about this entry in my YouTube Iceberg, but exclamation question mark is a notorious glitched YouTube video that happens to be about Mario Kart Wii specifically, as the video is a time trial speedrun of Rainbow Road. What makes the video interesting is that this video was impossible to search for. There was absolutely no way at all for you to find this video without it either showing up in your recommended by pure luck or by using a link that someone directly gives you. However, this would actually be very recently fixed, as just simply searching Mario Kart Wii on YouTube will eventually just lead you to finding the lost video. The Jack Off Bridge. A famous YouTube video from early gaming Nintendo YouTube was Nathaniel Bandy's top 10 hardest Mario Kart Wii tracks, where where he described the wavy bridge in Maple Treeway as the jack-off bridge, since whenever you shook the controller, you would do a trick, leading to this scene. Some have even given this bridge the name of the jack-off bridge because of Nathaniel Bandy, but with the introduction of gliding to the series, the bridge has just been straight up removed since and replaced with a gliding ramp, making the jack-off bridge all the more exclusive and special.
My favorite part of this track is the jack-off bridge.
Oh, here we go. Come on. Come on. Come on. Yeah, there we go. Good speed. Good speed.
Oh yeah, that was nice. No, I didn't mean coming. Come on. I meant it was a good strategy for going fast.
Maple Treeway music slowed. The tracks Maple Treeway and Bowser's Castle actually use the exact same music, but Bowser's Castle heavily slows it down. Take a look. Galaxy Coliseum. Galaxy Coliseum is a battle stage in Mario Kart Wii that cannot be played anymore, at least through like official means. This is because Galaxy Coliseum was a tournament-only stage offered only in online mode. So when the official Wi-Fi server shut down, it took Galaxy Coliseum with it. However, it is still possible to be accessed by modding and hacking your Wii, where you can then play a boss fight against the top men from Mario Galaxy. Donkey Kong's foot. On the character select screen when selecting Donkey Kong, you get a quick glimpse of his right foot, which actually has a texture error that accidentally places the texture of his mouth on his right heel. In actual races, this is fixed and only appears on the character select. Mission Mode. Mission Mode is an exclusive mode in Mario Kart DS that everyone loved, also technically Mario Kart World. It featured various driving challenges and boss fights and did not return for Mario Kart Wii. However, it was supposed to. Various unfinished menus for Mission Mode were found in the game's code and can even be seen, with the full code for some of the missions also being found, leading to some of the modders in the community to actually reconstruct the found missions to show what they would have looked like. Cut characters. Mario Kart Wii has technically 4 cut characters that were all supposed to make an appearance in the game, but were all removed, most likely execution style. These characters were Koopa Paratroopa, Petey Piranha, and the newcomer Hammerbro. It's speculated that Drybones, Bowser Jr., and Rosalina were the replacements for these characters, but there hasn't actually been any real proof of this. Mii Outfit C. The technically 4th character cut from Mario Kart Wii was the 3rd outfit available for the Miis, as a symbol was found in the game's code of a Mii Outfit C. There's no information on what this suit would have looked like, but whatever it is, Nintendo did not like it enough to keep it. Low trick. Speedrunners realized quickly that the airtime you get in Mario Kart Wii is drastically slower than the speed you travel when driving just on solid ground. So professional players found a way to pull off a tactic known as the low trick, which allows you to barely lift off the ground while still remaining on the ground speed-wise, along with the actual trick boost that you get from going over ramps and shit. The trick itself is really difficult and requires some practice, but once you get it, bro, you pretty much win everything. Ultra Shortcut Revolution. The YouTuber Summoning Salt is one of the best just video game channels on the entire site of YouTube, as he fully breaks down all kinds of major glitches and tricks and oddities that you can pull off in various Nintendo games and just other video games. He would actually go on to make one about Mario Kart Wii all about the Ultra Shortcuts, being a super famous video known as Ultra Shortcut Revolution, where he went and broke down every single Ultra Shortcut that has been discovered up to that point. The video was extremely well received, and to this day, everyone still loves it, and it's informative. What more do you need? Coconut Mall Rainbow Boost. Coconut Mall features a weird oddity to it that nobody really seems to mention. It's the only stage in the game where the boost panels display a full rainbow of color. This is believed to be due to the boost panels themselves coming directly from Mario Kart Double Dash, which had entirely rainbow boost panels. But as they were brought over to Wii before having their colors others tweaked and changed, the ones in Coconut Mall were simply overlooked and never changed. YouTube OST copyright. This is another entry I've talked about before in my Nintendo Controversies Iceberg, but this was a major moment in the late 2010s where YouTube would go and copyright strike all of the OST music for most of their popular games. Because fuck it, I guess. Mario Kart Wii was one of the biggest targets for this, and for a while, almost all Mario Kart Wii music was removed off of YouTube by Nintendo themselves. 50cc end credits. This is a simple one. When you complete the game at the 50cc weight class, the credits are entirely unskippable, but aren't in any other mode or difficulty. This is most likely because the developers wanted you to see the credits in their entirety at least once, so in the easy mode, making them unskippable kinda makes sense. Moonview Highway poster. In the stage Moonview Highway, this poster can be seen in the back. A pretty simple cheeky background gag, also believed to be a reference to King Kong. But what some people pointed out was that the font used in the poster is the exact font created for the Pikmin game series. PK Sparks. PK Sparks is one of the most slept on Nintendo channels of early 2010s. PK Sparks Showcase series of the early CTGP tracks is one of the best gaming series for Nintendo games and just a complete relic of their time, as he played the earliest version of CTGP and showcased every single cup. It was an incredibly addictive series that I was obsessed with as a kid, and if you ever want a taste of old school Nintendo YouTube nostalgia, PK Sparks is easily that. Mario Kart Black. Mario Kart Black is a hack created by RoboBits in the same vein as CTGP, but what makes Mario Kart Black different is that it's essentially just a dark, twisted metal version of Mario Kart Wii that changes all of the tracks, textures, and music to be entirely different, and it's just an overall cool texture swap. The red shell glitch. This can happen in many areas of the game, but the best way to see it for yourself of the red shell glitch is to go to Mario Raceway, put a player on the outside of the large pipe, and have another player inside the pipe. Throw a red shell at the wall at the player, the shell will then get stuck on the wall as it's trying to reach the other player and obviously can't, making the red shell follow them on the wall like a magnet, and it's just simply a fun glitch. Mushroom's 16th item. This is a weird coding oddity in the game, but if you are able to manage to get 16 item boxes in a single race, for some unknown reason, the 16th box you get will 100% always be a single mushroom, regardless of what place you're in. What makes it even more interesting is that from this point on, every box you get will alternate between random and a single mushroom. It's most likely because you're not supposed to collect this many boxes in a single race, so the game just kind of gets confused and keeps defaulting you back to just a single mushroom. Kind of like the Farlands in Minecraft, where you're not supposed to go that far, so the game just kind of spurgs out. It's like that, but for item boxes. Does that make any sense at all? I have no idea. That unlocking video. This video, uploaded by Narrated, is one of the oldest and most classic Mario Kart Wii videos of all time, and is just a huge nostalgia overload. It's a video that teaches you how to unlock every character in the game, and is just an extremely charming video with simple JPEGs and text over it with Windows Movie Maker. Back in the day, I remember that this video being the best source on how to unlock the characters, and I don't know, this shit just hits me, man. Mario says SpongeBob. This is another classic YouTube video where someone points out that it sounds like Mario says SpongeBob. He then plays a clip of it before putting a blunt-ass discuss at the end of the video. Just another example of extremely nostalgic and charming early YouTube. the Boo item. In a copy of Nintendo Power Magazine during the build-up and launch of Mario Kart Wii, it lists all of the items that are going to be featured in the game. However, among these items included the Boo item, which does not make an appearance in the game. The Boo item turns players invisible and steals an item from someone else. And it was supposed to obviously reappear in Mario Kart Wii, but for some reason was cut very late into production. Still Piantas. In the track Delfino Square, there are many NPCs of Piantas over to the side that cheer the player on. However, when you play this track in any mode other than single player, the Piantas don't move and are just completely stiff. Waluigi Stadium double box. In Waluigi Stadium, there is a small mistake left over by the developers that accidentally stacks 2 item boxes on top of each other over this ramp. Bam shock dodge. YouTuber TWD98, as we mentioned before, created a large inside joke running gag that is used frequently by the Mario Kart Wii community. This is Bam shock dodge, a running gag that whenever you dodge a lightning strike, you say an exaggerated Bam shock dodge. He even created his own merch based on the phrase.
This thing drifts so tight, it's ridiculous. Yes! Bam! Shock dodge! Bam! Shock dodge. We got the Bam shock dodge. The Rainbow Road Wavy section. Oh! Bam shock dodge! That was unexpected. It's gonna drop me in the snow, isn't it? It's gonna drop me. Oh! Bam! Dude!
Draw_demo. Draw_demo is what you are seeing right now. It's an early version of the track Mario Circuit, but with all the textures glitched and missing. This track is found deep within the files of the game, and hackers and modders were able to play the track and show what it looks like. A damn mess. American flag. Also within the files was an unused American flag icon. It wasn't obvious at first what the purpose of this flag was, but people nowadays assume this to be an early version of the nationality flags that appear next to your name in online mode. But the fact that this American flag one looks so pixelated and bad, along with it being the only flag in the game with an oddity like this found in files, it's still up for speculation. Mario Kart X. Mario Kart X was the original name for Mario Kart Wii during the very early stages of development. This was because of the introduction of bikes that the game would be given more of a too fucking extreme vibe, so it was titled Mario Kart X. This didn't last, however, as the Japanese version of the game Super Smash Bros. Brawl was called Super Smash Bros. X, so the X in Mario Kart was dropped. Mario Kart Fun. Mario Kart Fun, created by user Weem, the same Weem who created the Weem-Fi online network, created his own series of mods known as Mario Kart Fun that replaces the base 32 tracks with brand new and retro custom tracks. What makes this mod stand out was its ability to be played on actual online servers. The mod would even come equipped with some custom battle maps and custom character skins, the Sky Twister. These next 2 entries are about the exact same document, but this piece of early concept art depicts 2 scrapped vehicles in the game. This bottom one is translated to the Sky Twister, but also could be the Sky Rider. It's kind of up in the air what the exact translation is, and it's just a cool as hell cloud-themed bike. Along with this, we have the Mecha Koopa DX, another scrapped bike that takes the appearance of a Mecha Koopa enemy. It's not known why either of these bikes were removed, but I think they're cool as hell. Sucks that were taken out. Mercedes Rose. This is a simple one. The voice actress for Rosalina in the credits actually has a misspelling where they accidentally put a Z in her name instead of the S in Mercedes. Lakitu Thwomp Crush. If you go backwards during a race that features thwomps on the track, Lakitu will have fully working physics of him getting crushed by said thwomp. An extremely specific detail that they somehow had the foresight to program in. Invisible Cactus. In the stage Dry Ruins, at this section of the track, there is a cactus that is fully invisible. The hitbox of a cactus remains here, but it is gone. The blue cataquack. Cataquacks are a hazard that can be seen on the track Peach Beach. There's a red, green, and a purple one. But in the files of the game, there is an unused blue version that never makes an appearance. What makes it interesting is that in Peach Beach's original appearance in Double Dash, there is a blue cataquack, making its absence in Wii all the more strange. Bowser's Castle 3 Crash. When playing in multiplayer on the stage Bowser's Castle 3, there is a trick you can perform that will immediately crash the game. One player must stay behind at the start and reverse to the thwomp right before the finish line, while another player grabs a bomb and throws it at that same thwomp. So long as the original player does not actually trigger the thwomp himself, the explosion will cause the game to immediately break and crash. Mario Raceway Invisible Wall. When looking at the hitboxes of the stage Mario Raceway, during this section of the track, there is a weirdly giant invisible wall above a brick wall. What makes it weird is that this is pretty much impossible, or at the very least extremely hard to even touch where it's at. So the idea of them putting a giant invisible barrier here is just strange. Mii broken stats. The stats given to the Mii characters in the game are highly broken and just all over the place. Small Mii characters are given the same stats as the heavy characters, mediums are given small character stats, and the large Miis are given medium character stats. Japanese logo home menu. On the Wii menu for the game, when selecting the icon to play Mario Kart Wii, the logo of the game flashes. However, during the flash itself, only for a few frames, it briefly shows the Japanese version of the logo during this flash animation. The logo itself pretty much is just the default logo of the game, but with Japanese text to the side. This is how you can tell. The last Wi-Fi race. When Nintendo shut down the online races for Mario Kart Wii, it was done in a way where you could no longer join any new lobbies, but it wouldn't kick you out of any currently playing races, unless everyone in that lobby all left. Streamer LXPU would stream himself playing Mario Kart Wii online a day after the shutdown. He managed to continue playing for so long that his lobby became the last running online lobby happening in the entire world. And as time went on, his lobby lost more and more people, who obviously couldn't play forever, until this race on Luigi's Circuit, which would become the final Wi-Fi race in Mario Kart Wii, where his only other competitor remaining would leave the game after the match, ending this final standing lobby.
Thing happened, so I'm screwed. Yeah, I couldn't enter. It can't just be wall to wall. I mean, a green line and this guy, America. It is. I gotta say, this is worldwide. If you watch the stream since the other stream, the video, you will see that is from the worldwide section. It is still Wi-Fi key 212. You were this. No. 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 No way. He just disconnected. Oh god.
POW Hop Dodge. Everyone knows you can dodge a POW block by shaking the controller or doing a trick at the moment of impact. However, the POW block is completely negated whenever you are in the air, meaning it is actually possible to do a frame-perfect hop to dodge the POW block. Speedrun ruined over Earthquake. In October 2019, player and world record holder Cole had a world record speedrun ruined due to an earthquake. He states that during the final lap, his monitor began to shake and he messed up the following turn, costing him and his speedrun record. He would obviously later reattempt the run where he did succeed and hold the record for Luigi's Circuit, but unfortunately no footage of this event actually still exists. Early baby Rosalina. In the mod Mario Kart Fun that I mentioned last layer, the mod included many alternate skins in the game, one of these being an alternate skin that would actually be a baby Rosalina, 3 years before it became an actual official Mario Kart character. Dry Dry Ruins Mii's. In this concept art of Dry Dry Ruins, there was originally going to be a large focus on the Mii characters on your system, showing up as cool background details, like on this Sphinx. However, in the actual race itself, pretty much none of these actually appear. Trading cards. In 2010, Mario Kart Wii actually had physical trading cards that you could collect. I've never actually heard anybody mention these before or have just, you know, owned them. And they're moderately expensive on eBay, but they're just a fun little obscure piece of Mario Kart Wii merchandise. The roulette is deciding. During the online days of Mario Kart Wii, tracks would be decided at random. Nothing really stand out about that. But for some reason, in the German release of the game only, this online track selection was also paired with text that reads, "The roulette is deciding." This German version of the game is the only one that has this text. The rest are just blank. Ninkoni777. Ninkoni is a Nintendo developer whose races are the expert staff ghosts in Mario Kart Wii. What makes him so fascinating is that in his 2 staff ghost appearances, both of his times end with a 777. An insane coincidence. But in Mario Kart 7, Ninkoni returns also with a time of 777. I think he might be Jesus. Freeze flame music. Similar to the whole Bowser's Castle and Maple Treeway music thing of having a similar melody, Grumble Volcano and the Freeze Flame Galaxy from Mario Galaxy also share similarities with their songs. Take a look. If you have any other people in your house, regardless of what they're doing, if they're sleeping, wake them up. Go tell them about this fun fact. Shit, if you record it and send it to me on Discord, and I'll put it in the next Iceberg. That'd be awesome. Daisy Circuit jump scare. In 2008, YouTube user known as David Feels Cool would upload a video to YouTube claiming to have pulled off an unbelievable world record time in Daisy Circuit via a new ultra shortcut that he discovered. But when you watch the video, a jump scare plays instead. This is an incredibly famous and well-known video. It's kind of like the Mario Kart equivalent to Big Star Secret, but not lost. Toad's Turnpike Mandela Effect. Before I give you the backstory and break this one down, I want to ask you a genuine question. How for a fact certain are you that Toad's Turnpike from Mario Kart 64 is in Wii? Because some people find it hard to believe that Toad's Turnpike is in fact in Mario Kart Wii in the Shell Cup. Nah, I'm just fucking with you. It's actually just what Reddit user Goatman believed, having his own personal Mandela effect that Toad's Turnpike was in Mario Kart Wii when it never was. He claims to know for a fact that he's not confusing it with Moonview Highway, and also never owned an N64. Do you remember Toad's Turnpike in Mario Kart Wii? Let me know down below. I know that sounds super YouTuber of me to ask, but I genuinely am curious. Did anyone else have a false memory of Toad's Turnpike in Mario Kart Wii? Chinese translation image. For context, there is no Chinese translation of Mario Kart Wii. Cool? Cool. But in the Korean version of the game, this Chinese splash screen was found in the game's data. This is a message to be played at the beginning of all Chinese games about health and safety advice. It reads, "Reject harmful games. Protect yourself. Moderate gaming is good for the brain. Manage your time wisely. Reject pirated games. Beware of scams and fraud. Excessive gaming is harmful to your health. Enjoy a healthy lifestyle." This is in the Korean version, by the way. Chain Chomp Honeycoop. For some weird-ass reason, the vehicle Honeycoop has an image of a crossed-out Chain Chomp in its texture that never appears on any visible parts of the actual vehicle. That's really just it, I guess. Just a strange, unexplainable oddity. Mama Mario Kart. When on the title screen, there is an extremely small chance that when Mario appears, he says Mama Mario Kart. Broken tree. Did you know that in Mario Raceway that if you drive into this tree from this exact angle, you will drive straight through it? Wow, Isn't that interesting? You should like and subscribe. Moonview Highway Inverted Pyramid. Players managed to find in the far distance of Moonview Highway a strange inverted pyramid located high above the track. It's pretty obvious to say that nobody knows why it's here. Me T-posing. This next one, I can't believe people didn't abuse to hell and back and make a huge meme out of. But if an online player in Mario Kart Wii is using a heavy male me wearing the outfit A while riding either the Wario bike, Shooting Star, or the Phantom, the me will just be stuck in a T-pose and will lead to just the most beautiful results you've ever seen. James Charles. Lads, listen.
Hi sisters, James Charles here and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Oh my god, you guys, for today's new video...
James Charles, controversial makeup artist, celebrity, just... this guy, in the early 2010s, was actually a wholesome child known as Jay's Coding, who was heavily into Mario Kart Wii custom tracks and the whole competitive scene of the game. He would later go down to take down all of these Mario Kart videos and then become the James Charles that we know of today. Matsuoka's Shadow. Japanese tennis player Shuzo Matsuoka would have his Mii character created by Nintendo themselves and used as a template during the beta phase of the game. However, his Mii character Shadow still makes a few blink and you'll miss it moments where his silhouette is actually left in. Mushroom Gorge boost panels. This is something I had no idea about until making this video, but the boost panels on Mushroom Gorge are fake. Yes. Really, when you go over a boost panel on Mushroom Gorge, they actually slow you down so that you can make the mushroom jumps easier. How about that? Stuck in a Tree. Stuck in a Tree refers to a highlight clip from a stream by Mr. Bean 35,000 VR where this happens.
No, no, I'm a tree. I am a tree. Fuck, I'm a tree. Well, I'm a tree. I don't want to be a tree. No. How does no one ever know about this? What? No! Help! I'm a tree! No! No! Help!
Third battle balloon. In the menu for battle mode when selecting your game type, 2 large balloons can be seen floating in the background. But a very, very, very small third one is actually there. This is believed to be due to the fact that when you play Balloon Battle, the balloons spawn in sets of 3. So they would be required to include a third balloon somewhere in this graphic, which they had to hide. Walter White in Mario Kart Wii. This is in reference to an extremely popular, well-edited video on YouTube uploaded by Chiptuner in 2022, the lap count feature. In Mario Kart Wii, there was originally a scrapped mechanic that allowed you to customize the lap counter. A really neat idea that even made it so far into development that the little graphics were even created for when Lakitu holds up the current lap counter in between the laps. DK Summit boxes. By glitching the camera anywhere we want, it is actually discovered that far below the ground of DK Summit lies 3 mysterious item boxes. They're always there. Lurking. Waiting.
Watching. Salivating. Craving touch.
The Mogi Lounge or the Moji Lounge, I have no damn idea. The Mogi Lounge is an online community of Mario Kart Wii players that acts as a way to matchmake and rank competitive players. Basically like a Discord server. But the real reason it's on this iceberg is due to the apparent major toxicity that spawned from it. With the dominant amount of users being teenage boys, it's not really out there to think that it would be filled with a lot of drama, arguing, gatekeeping, and just overall mean-spirited people, which it was. As of today, the Mogi Lounge has died down pretty significantly in traffic for GCN Mario Circuits. In the files of Mario Kart Wii, players were able to discover a strange oddity about the retro track GCN Mario Circuit, where 4 other different versions of the track were discovered. The first was a file known as Old Mario GCB, which is just the final version of the track, but flipped 180 degrees in the map loader. The second one is called Old Mario GC Hayashi, named after a member of the game's planet Planning Team, where this version of the stage is also just exactly the same but with a slightly different starting position and some new collision elements. A third version, which is pretty much just the same as that, known as Old Mario GC Narrated, also named after a member of the Planning Team, and Old Mario GC Yabuki, which is also identical, but you play on the stage backwards, going in the opposite direction, and includes double the checkpoints, also named after a member of the Planning Team. Mario Kart Emporium. Mario Kart Emporium is a series of famous commercials from the game's release that featured the homeboy Cowboy Jed, a person who runs a kart dealership to promote Mario Kart Wii. Cowboy Jed in question is actually played by Gibson Nolt, an actor with a fucking stacked lineup, who now works as a real estate project manager. Dude just be doing shit. Palm tree signs. It was discovered by glitching the camera under the ground of the track Yoshi Falls that the palm trees are standing on top of various signs. Neat. Bumpfest. Bumpfest is an extremely popular YouTube video uploaded in 2010 by the main man 4 that features him and his buddies just dicking around and bumping each other crazy distances in Mario Kart Wii. He would take a big collection of these just little funny clips and upload them as a video known as Bumpfest, which became massively viral. Mushroom Peaks. Mushroom Peaks is a major part of Mario Kart Wii's history for both its legacy and controversy. But Mushroom Peaks was the first ever custom track ever made that was never replaced in any updates of CTGP. The track consists of sharp 90-degree turns, mushroom platforms that are pretty much impossible to cross without falling off, this turn that almost guaranteed will send you off the edge, this split path where the path on the right is actually meant to be a shortcut that is impossible without additional items, as well as the track just being extremely boring and bland to look at. However, it is deserving of the highest amount of respect because this is the first ever custom track. Graphics downgrade. One of the biggest negatives and criticisms that Mario Kart Wii faces is just how shit it immediately looks, especially for a Wii game, with people comparing it to Double Dash that came out 7 years prior and looks way better. Mario Kart Wii's colors are far more washed out, and even the starting HUD text in between the games just being way more simple and boring as hell, as well as the fact that some of the large characters like Bowser and DK just look extremely polygonal and old. Just looks a bit shit. Delfino Pier chimneys. Another Mandela effect that players swear they remember is actually on the battle stage Delfino Pier, where they swear that you can go inside the chimneys on the stage and be blown back out, or use them from the bottom as a quick way to get back onto the roof. However, these are all just people misremembering this, as this was never possible. Alright, my boys, and so that is my Mario Kart Wii Iceberg. A bit of a shorter one compared to the other icebergs that I made, but this one just like meant a lot to me and was similar to just like other icebergs that I've done, where it's just like a personal one to me, you know. But if you enjoyed this kind of video, then please share it with your buddies. It genuinely means a lot and helps out. And I'll have a new iceberg video coming out in a couple weeks. So with that being said, if you enjoyed this kind of content, then the buttons are down there. You know what to do, and have a good one. So goodbye. See ya!
Hi sisters, James Charles here and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Oh my god, you guys, for today's new video, I am annoyed, but also concerned, and also slightly excited too, because I know this video is going to be a little bit shady. I knew this was going to happen, but I did not think it was going to be this quick. Before we jump into the video, I do want to give you guys a quick little reminder, just in case you may have forgotten. It is December, it is the holiday season, it is time for me to give back to you guys and say thank you for everything you do for me. And this entire month, I'm doing holiday giveaways on every single upload. We're halfway through the month of December, meaning 4 amazing sisters have won so far, but in case you guys did not know this, I am giving away